Hare 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 Bol, glories, glories to Ekadashi, and today is Yogini Ekadashi. The glories of Yogini Ekadashi, which occurs during the waning moon in the month of June-July, are described in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana in the conversation between Lord Krishna and Maharaj Yudhisthira. Once Maharaj Yudhisthira said, "O Supreme Lord, O Madhusudana, I have heard the glories of Nirjala Ekadashi. Now I wish to hear about the Ekadashi that occurs during the waning moon in the month of June-July." Lord Krishna replied, "O King, I will explain about the Ekadashi that comes during the month of June-July. The name of this Ekadashi is Yogini, and it destroys all one's grave sinful reactions and delivers one from the ocean of material existence. O best of kings, now I will narrate a story from the Purana to illustrate this truth. Kuvera, the king of Alakpuri, was a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva and regularly worshipped him. He had a Yaksha gardener named Hema, whose wife was Vishalakshi. Vishalakshi was exquisitely beautiful, and Hema was very attached to her. Hema regularly gathered flowers from Manasa Sarovara lake and gave them to Kuvera, the king of Yakshas, for his worship of Lord Shiva. One day he brought flowers from Manasa Sarovara lake, and instead of giving them to Kuvera, he remained at home, bound by the love of his dear wife. O king, as a result of this, Kuvera did not receive any flowers on that day. Meanwhile, the king of the Yakshas, Kuvera, waited 6 hours for Hema. Due to the absence of flowers, he could not complete the worship of Lord Shiva. Being extremely angry, the king immediately sent his messenger to find out the cause of the gardener's delay. After some time, the Yaksha messenger returned and said to the king, "O master, Hema is enjoying the association of his wife at home." On hearing these words, Kuvera became very angry and immediately ordered his servants to bring Hema before him. On realizing that he has made a great mistake, Hema Mali became ashamed, and with great fear he came before Kuvera and offered his respectful obeisances. Kuvera, whose entire body trembled and whose eyes became red with anger, said, "O sinful one, O destroyer of religious principles, you have disregarded my most worshipable Lord Shiva, Sri Shankar, and engaged in your own sense gratification. Hence I am cursing you. You will be afflicted with white leprosy, and you will remain separated from your dearest wife forever. O low-class fool, you should immediately leave this place." Being cursed by Kuvera, Hemamali immediately fell from Alokpuri and took birth in this world. He became afflicted with white leprosy and suffered extremely miserable conditions. In such a condition, and with intense mental agony and lack of food and water, he went to a formidable dense forest. In that forest he suffered the pangs of hunger and thirst day and night. During the day he did not find any happiness, and at night he could not sleep. He suffered great miseries both in winter and summer. But because he had helped worship Lord Shiva faithfully, his memory remained intact. Although he was engaged in various sinful activities, he remembered his previous activities, and his consciousness remained pure and alert. After wandering throughout the forest in this way, he fortunately came to the Himalaya mountains. While moving here and there, by providence he had the good fortune of meeting the great sage Markandeya, who is the best of the ascetics and whose duration of life is 7 kalpas. Hemamali, feeling very sinful, stood at a distance from the sage and repeatedly offered his humble obeisances. The kind-hearted sage Markandeya called that leprosy-ridden man before him and asked, "O you, how did you get this dreadful affliction? What kind of sinful and condemned activities have you performed, that you had to suffer such a miserable condition?" On hearing this, Hemamali replied, "O great sage, I am the gardener of Kuvera, the king of the Yakshas. My name is Hemamali. I used to collect flowers regularly from Manasa Sarovara lake and give it to my master Kuvera. With these flowers, Kuvera performed his worship of Lord Shiva. One day I was late to give flowers to my master because of remaining engaged in fulfilling my lusty desires with my wife. Therefore Kuvera, the king of the Yakshas, became angry and cursed me. As a result of that curse, I am profusely suffering the miseries of white leprosy, and I have been separated from my wife. But now I do not know why this unfortunate soul has suddenly become fortunate enough to meet a great personality like you. I have heard that the hearts of the saintly persons are always afflicted by seeing the distress of others, and they are always engaged in welfare activities. O great sage, with the desire to obtain auspicious results today, this fallen soul has surrendered unto you. Please be kind and deliver him. The great sage Markandeya spoke to him with compassion. O gardener, I am instructing you about a most auspicious and beneficial vow. You should observe the vow of Ekadashi, known as Yogini, that occurs during the waning moon in the month of June-July, and by the influence of its piety you will certainly be liberated from the curse of suffering from leprosy. On hearing this instruction of the great sage Markandeya, Hemamali became joyful, and with feelings of gratitude he offered his humble obeisances to him. Thereafter he duly observed the sacred vow of Ekadashi as the sage had instructed him. By the influence of this vow he regained his divine form. Then he returned home and reunited with his wife. The result one obtains by feeding 88,000 Brahmins is attained by serving this Yogini Ekadashi. This Ekadashi destroys all one's sinful reactions and awards one great piety. Yogini Ekadashi ki jai.